Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be unboxing the Epson WorkForce WF-7610 from this giant box. And why is it a giant box? Because this is a giant desktop printer with a footprint about as big as you could possibly get from a desktop printer. Why is the footprint so big? Well, A4 printers, normal printers, little desktop printers normally print legal size maximum. That's 8.5 by 14 inches. They also print A3 and letter size paper, or A4 and letter size paper, which is roughly 8.5 by 11 inches. This printer can print on paper as large as 13 by 19. And here's a ledger size, 11 by 17 original in comparison. Now 1117 is about as big as you print on an office printer, commonly referred to as an A3 printer. And it's 2 sheets of 8.5 by 11 paper. So this printer can print 13 by 19, and it can scan, duplex scan, 11 by 17. So you have this big printer that will do most of, or not almost anything that and $6,000 to $10,000 to $30,000 A3 11 by 17 ledger size printer will do, or an office size printer. So it's really attractive for offices that need to have the ability to print a minimum 1117 and scan 1117. And many offices buy laser printers just to do that, and they cost 10 times as much, easily. So let's start wrestling with this machine. It also comes with 4 individual ink cartridges that yield 350 pages each for black, 300 pages each for color, and also available are 252 XL cartridges which yield 1100 pages each, and there's also a 254 XL extra high capacity black cartridge that yields 2200 pages. Now it prints at 18 and 10 pages a minute in ISO color documents. It has scan, fax, copy, and print, and we'll go over some of the features after we open it up briefly, but it's not as feature rich as your home printer because it's really intended for business use, because most people at home don't need to have a printer that can print 13 by 19 paper. So let's get going. This is a huge box because it has a large printer inside. And you have some unpacking instructions here. They actually shows a picture of 2 people lifting it out, and it says do not lift it out, 1 person, by pulling on the plastic. But I'm going to have to do that. So on top there's a 3-pound power cord, so there's no brick, and there's 4 252 ink cartridges. Take out the styrofoam. And even though it says don't do this, I don't have much of a choice. I'm gonna have to do it anyway. isn't that heavy, and there's two handles on either side here to lift it up, built in. And it's a flat piece of plastic. Didn't go away. And back here is a auxiliary tray that folds down, and a duplex unit that opens up. There's a waste box over here, and this is very similar to the other WorkForce printers that we've tested within the last year or so. It looks very similar. And it has a nice touch screen. I'm not sure how many inches it is. I'm looking at the box here, but it's a decent size touch screen, about the size of a phone. It has hard keys over here, and nice looking printer. Flat black, so it will show up lots of fingerprints right away. There's a little bit of gloss black trim around. It's protected by plastic here. So let's get it up on the table and finish the setup process. In the bottom of the box was also this little documentation package here. And in the package it has a little set of French stickers for someplace. Over here I so, or on top, where we want to put it. CD-ROM, which was nice because we just did an Epson. It didn't come with a CD-ROM, you had to download the software. And a start here guide. It's poster size. And unpack, take off the tape, turn it on, and configure. Install the ink cartridges, load media, connect the fax, install the software. So you really don't need to refer to this too much. Doesn't look like there's any gazetas hiding anywhere. Just a little warning about getting too jiggy with the cartridges here, poking the print head. There's also a quick guide. It gives you a little more information on how to use a control panel, load paper. Solving misfeed problems, solving network problems. And then it morphs into a French version. Alright, so let's get started. And there's a lot protective plastic around the gloss black sides. There's a strip of gloss black around the side, and it also covers the touch screen. There's a piece around the edge of the document feeder. It's also gloss black. around here. And there's a piece across the top with gloss black. Alright, I only have blue tape to remove. And it's there's a long piece here holding the document feeder closed. There's two shorter pieces on top here. And some red orange Gazenta comes out with it. There's a piece across the back of the document feeder here. And it matches this piece here. It keeps this from popping up. When your originals come out, you can lift it up and get them out from underneath here. Piece on the front here that is locking. Oh, that has a foam Gazenta to keep this from getting busted if it gets pushed down too hard. And there's some across the front here. This one keeps the exit tray extension from popping out. This one does as well. Same with this one. So here's your exit tray extension. It comes out pretty far because this has a lot of old, large paper. Okay, I see a couple pieces in the front of the tray here. And there's more than a couple pieces. The tray comes out pretty easily. Take off this. Keep this smoke cover in place. Which is removable. And there's one piece over here. I don't know what that's for. And there's two on the guides here. Probably to keep the smoke cover from getting abraded from any kind of pressure. Doesn't seem to be holding it in any place. And it's a white lever here, and these really nice and smooth guides here. Another white lever for the rear here. And there's two pieces in front here. Okay, and there's a gray lever here to pop out the tray so that you can feed A3 Plus. So that's pretty amazing. And it's easy to adjust. And the smoke cover on top, and it only goes on one way. There's little ears here on the end that fit into the holes, and this keeps stuff from falling in the tray. Now get some media and put it in while we're at it. Once again, we use our tried and true Hammermill Copy Plus. Good price, excellent performance, and it's got color lock for inkjet. So, it does hang in there a little bit, so we need to take this off, which is kind of a pain. And we'll adjust this to letter. I gotta take it. Well, that's not letter, that's 3x5 by 4x5. Letter is out here. And it goes in. It's too bad they don't put it in like this. Because it would print faster. But they want you to put letter in like that. So. That thing is some kind of a pain, but what's real nice is that it doesn't stick out when there's letter size paper in there. But if you adjust the tray for anything bigger than letter, it's gonna stick out of the front. That's why this small cover is important, because if you put 13 by 19, it's gonna be sticking way out there like this. And you don't want anything falling down in there. Now, there's also some tape on the back. And while we're back here, we can take a look at this. And there's a big long piece holding the tray closed. And a smaller piece holding the smoked cover closed. Now this is just like the other Epsons. I fold it down. This is a single sheet guide, and it has adjustable side guides. Single sheet, you can only fit one underneath this lip here. And then once you this little flipper doesn't do much of anything. And some of the other ones, it covers the tray, but this is just to keep stuff from falling down there. When you lift up the document feeder like that, it keeps stuff from falling down in there. Anything's piled on here, when you lift it, it could fall in there. All right, and here's the duplex unit opening. Easy to pull out the duplex unit and get to the paper path. You can really see in there. I can see the tray inside the paper inside the tray and everything. And you have good access. There's the waste toner box, which you have to open this to get it out. Waste ink box, I should say. Epson calls it a maintenance box, but it's basically a bunch of diapers in here for the when it does head cleaning and stuff. And the ports are over here. Fax, phone line, network, Cat 5 network, power. There isn't even a USB port, so you're going to be, they want you to put this on a network. No, there's a couple ports over here. Okay. Ignore what I just said. This is the fax phone line, the extension phone line, power, and over here we have Cat5 LAN and USB. You want to just side here? Alright, deal with that. God, okay, so we have a A3 platen, which means that you could put a original as large as, slightly larger than 1117 right on the platen. It also can feed A3 original suited document feeder. So that's what makes this machine so unique, is that it has the features, the throughput capability of the big old copiers that you're used to, that you had in your office all these years that could do that big paper. Well, this can do that, plus it can print on even bigger paper than the paper in your office. So that's what makes this machine so large and attractive, is that it has this big platen and the ability to scan A3 1117 originals. Now this tape is holding in, it's keeping the ink carrier from moving around. If you can see it. With the ink carrier over here. So the next thing you need to do is plug it in. Okay, and I'll turn it on. Now it should prompt us to install the ink cartridges. They're taped together here. All right, language, English. I don't see an OK button, so I guess you tap it, USA, daylight savings time, winter, summer, month, date format, month, day, year, the time, 11, no, date, 04, 20, there's no OK button, so I guess this arrow here, 12 or 24 hour, time, 11:40, AM. There's an AM PM over here. Okay, preparing. Do not open the scanner unit. Install ink cartridges that came with the printer. Close scanner unit. Initialization starts. Open the top. The ink carrier is flying around. Probably can't see it because it's behind this thing sticking up. It's over here. And the I adjusted the camera so you can see this a little better, hopefully. The ink cartridges are loaded on this side of the machine. There's a gray handle that you have to pull up, and the color coding is underneath. So let's do black first. There's a notch. Plastic. Cartridges are pretty small, and one of the things I say is not to mess with this seal here. There's a seal over the intake port, but they do want you to mess with this yellow thing here, and there's a black wrapping around here, which I guess you don't mess with that either. So you're just supposed to pull this down, which opens up a vent hole up on the top here. Alright, so it looks like you install with the, okay, there's a chip, and that goes towards the front, so you install it with, so you can read the top label here, and black, it just goes straight down. Clip in the front. It doesn't make any clicking noises or anything, so it pierced the bung. So it doesn't make any clicking noises or anything. You just make sure that the latch is done in the front. Let's do cyan next. All you gotta do is take off this yellow vent seal, put it straight in, straight down, just push it. It doesn't click or make any noises, it just bottoms out. Now let's do magenta. Finally, yellow. Okay, now the Ink is in, you close the handle down, close the cover, and it's just checking the ink cartridges. Please wait. Initializing, please wait. Do not turn the power off until initialization is complete. This takes about 6 minutes. So in the meantime, I'm going to do a little cleaning up here. The gauge is almost halfway through. Over here there's a USB port and a secure digital card MS Duo card swap combo. Okay, the initialization is complete. You see there's a wireless Wi-Fi button over here, light. It says select paper size and type for each paper source, proceed. The paper size, letter, plain paper, okay. You can change the size by touching on it. Letter legal, 1117, A3, A4. You can scroll by swiping, or if you have heavy fingers, you can use these arrows on the side. Back, and the paper size is okay, and the paper cassette, okay. Connect the phone line, touch start. I'm not going to connect the phone line. This is the fax setting wizard, close. Fax is not set up, remind you later, no. Okay, here's your control panel. There's an array of icons here: copy, scan, fax, presets, memory device, contacts, Epson Connect, echo mode, setup. So what it means by Epson Connect is this can scan and print to email, via email, to the cloud, from the cloud, just about anything you can ask for. Mobile devices with an Epson app for Apple or Android, and that needs to be set up. You can do it at the computer later, and okay, no scrolling necessary. So let's go into setup. Let's do the wireless now ahead of time. Ink levels, maintenance, paper setup, print status sheet, network status, admin settings, system administration. Admin settings, no. Network status, Wi-Fi status, Wi-Fi direct. As Wi-Fi direct, you can touch your Wi-Fi enabled smartphone to the device to initiate. Actually, no, that's belay that. You can print to this printer without logging into the network with your Wi-Fi device. Epson Connect status, Google Cloud print status. So Wi-Fi status. Okay, I can't set it up from here. It doesn't look like I can set it up from here. Maintenance. Ink levels, maintenance, paper setup, print status sheet, network status, system administration. Okay, Wi-Fi, printer settings, common settings, Wi-Fi network settings, Epson Connect services, Google Cloud print services, yada yada yada. But here's where you set up your Wi-Fi network status, Wi-Fi setup. Okay, you have a wizard. You have push button setting for WPS or PIN code setup to enter your password for your SSID manually. So I have WPS on my router, so I'm going to do push button setup. Press the WPS button. Proceed. Setting up Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi connection has been established. Okay. All right, let's go back. Look at the status. Doesn't say that it's connected. It said it might take a couple minutes to show up. But that's how you can set up your Wi-Fi ahead of time. You can also do it during the installation process, but I would recommend doing it through the control panel. And finally, it's nice and compact, but when you print, you're going to need to pull this out. So, I'm not sure how far out you have to pull it. Pull it out that far, which means you have to push it back so nobody bumps into it. And on this standard size table, there's still room to get into the back here, although I can't get the duplex unit out. So it is a wide machine and it takes up a lot of desk space. So you may have to move this out a bit to get it open in the back so that the tray drops down. So we're looking at, and this is sticking out about 2 inches. So that's it. Really looks like a nice machine. Epson really does a nice job with the hardware and the software. So it's a good looking unit. Feels nice, looks nice. Control panel's beautiful. And so let's go install the software. Thanks for watching.